Hi everybody, I hope you can hear me because I could not hear my music. So I'm not sure if my sound is not on. I'm going to make sure it is. So please let me know if you couldn't hear the music or if you can't hear me, because that is really weird. My volume on here looks good. It just seems like my music wasn't. Sorry about that. So please let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thank you for joining me today. It is not a normally scheduled time for me, and so I am here to share something fun I kind of figured out yesterday. So I wanted to share it with you today and show you what I figured out about this stamp set. Also, I wanted to remind you that today, you're going to laugh, I'm pulling this down, but there's a reason. I'll tell you in a minute. I wanted to tell you that it's free shipping today, so I'm super excited. Thanks, Roxanne. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't hear my music. That was really kind of strange, but I think my speaker was off. So anyway, it's free shipping today, so don't forget. Yay! I know I'm normally not on during the, you couldn't hear the music. Okay, I'll have to look at that. I don't know what happened. That was kind of weird. But I wanted to come share this with you today, so I thought, you know what? I am going to come on because I'm kind of excited about it. Have you guys put your order in yet? I did. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I love free shipping day because that's when I stock up on my cardstock and my adhesive. So those are my main things right now that I usually stock up on. Well, I'm going to just briefly tell you I have a paper share going on. It's I need payment by the 3rd. So as long as you register by the 3rd, you will get, it's 154 pieces of paper. That will be a quarter of all of the packages in the new mini catalog. That includes 10 new packs of DSP, 4 specialty papers, and I'm including the host paper. A lot of people don't include the host paper, but to me, it's such a great paper that I want to show it to you and let you see it because I know you're going to want more of it because it's such a great thing. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Hi, Lorraine. Welcome. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad. I don't know why that song volume wasn't working. That was kind of weird. I could see it, but it was red. Anyway, also, I have January bingo, and it is going to be so much fun. I've already created the cards. I've also listed the product that I'm going to be using for those bingos. And it is listed on my Facebook page, marciebeseckerdesigns. That's my business page. And also when you go to register, you'll see the supplies listed there too. Thanks, Deborah. And so it kind of gives you an idea of the items that I'm going to be using. I tried straightening my hair today. I don't use a flat iron because my hair would just fall out. So I tried one of those heat brush things, but to me, I don't know. It's a lot of trouble. Anyway, back to stamping. Okay, so other than that, I do have a January class coming up, and it is such a fun class. We are going to have so much fun. I've already created the class, and I just need to get it recorded for you. And if you are on my team, don't forget to register and purchase this suite, and then you can get the class for free. So you need to purchase the suite because obviously you're going to need it. And then make sure you register so I know to send you the kits. And then there's a couple ways that you can purchase this kit, and that is if you purchase the suite from me, then you will be able to, then you will be able to get the kits for free. So purchase a suite from me. It starts on January 5th, and make sure you register, and I will send the kits to you. If you are a demonstrator or you already have a demonstrator and you purchase the suite and you still want to do the class, it's only $35. And if, like I said already, if you're on the team, register and purchase the kit and you can get it. If you do not want the kits, but you want the PDF and the video link to create the projects, then please make sure you register and pay. It'll be $20 for that, and you will get all of the PDFs and the video link for that. So all that business is over other than free shipping. Don't forget, it is today only. All right, let's get busy. So what we're going to use today is the Loveliest Layers decorative masks. And I have these cards that I did yesterday. So I did the first one in polished pink, and I actually used Pear Pizzazz. It's one of my favorite go-to greens, but I forget about the Parakeet. I love this color. So I did the Tahitian Tide with the Parakeet Party. So that's what I used on these. Yesterday on my video, I mentioned that I started to put my blending brush into my purple. So it was my green blending brush, and I stuck it right into my purple to do a third one, and then I had to go and wash my brush. So I didn't get the purple one done, so I thought, well, we'll do it on screen. So we're going to set these aside. I'm going to show you how quick and simple this is. I had so much fun with it. I thought we'd use Orchid Oasis. I'm going to first glue our inside. So all I did is take our leaf color, and we are going to just put this on the inside. What I like about this is there's not a lot of dimension. The only thing I popped up is the sentiment and the card base. So I did add a layer of white. I'm going to show you how I got this outline and what I did. It was a mistake actually on what I did, and then I loved it. So that's what I ended up doing. But I added a white piece as a trim so that color around the outside kind of pops. So I did end up layering that part up. But other than that, just the sentiment. I didn't do any ribbon. I decided let's make it simple. And this would be a great gift for somebody. You can send multiple colors. It's quick and easy. Let's see if I can get my paper over here. There we go. And I just really liked it. So, and we're going to play with the other stencil. I call them stencils. They're listed as masks, but I've known them as stencils like my whole life. So we're just going to go with stencils. All right, we're going to pop that in there. All right, so that is the inside of our card. We are going to take out all of our stencils, and let's see what's in here. This is going to be in the new upcoming catalog. And so all of these are for the flowers. So set those aside. And then here is the one that we'll play with a little bit later. You'll see there's a shiny side and a matte side. I tend to always do it on the matte side, and it's only because when you do these, it's important. To me, I don't think it really matters, other than I think it's smoother on this side, and then this side it's a little rougher. I think these edges kind of go in a little bit, so it's smoother on your brush. If you go over it with your finger, you can definitely tell. There's rougher edges here. This one's a little smooth. Hi, Jeannie. Oh yeah, I'm decided to come on during the day today, and I've kind of decided I might start doing that, do a daytime one once a week, just because I'm here crafting anyway. Okay, so I start with the larger one, and then I do it like this. This is just how I did it. I put the 2 here, and then there's 3 at the top. Okay, so when you put this on here, you're gonna see that you have a little, oh, you know what? This isn't the right one. This one is my panel, and I can tell because of how much space I had around. This one is the one we're going to color on. So I'm going to put it this way because this is how I did it. It's easier for my fingers to hold it. So I'm going to center it the best we can. We're going to use Orchid Oasis. I don't know how dark or light this is going to be because I'm blending with it. I haven't blended with this color before. So just kind of center your mask and just kind of hold it down. Now, what happened is when I started doing it, you know, you come from the edge and you come off, and I started getting these colors on the outside, which is what happened here. Well, it happened with the blue. And then I noticed it was like sporadically around and kind of nicely, you know, made a little frame. So I was like, oh, you know what? I think if I do the same thing with the green, I will have a really pretty frame. So that's kind of what we did. So we're going to start. I have my purple here because I tend to think this is more of a purple. And this is my only project, so I'm going to go ahead and mess up my mat like I normally don't do. All right, so we're going to come off, and it's going to be nice and dark because this is a nice new ink. So I'm going to lighten it up a little bit because we're going to come back in with the other mask and need it darker. So, but I want it kind of even. So just keep going around. You notice I don't have to go off too much to get more ink because there's a lot on here. It's a brand new ink pad. But I'm going to want this side a little bit darker to kind of match up. So again, think about this. You're going to do green here. So I'm going to start right about here and come on. And I want this darker right here. And then come on. And just hold your paper down. Just keep making sure that you don't see any white around there. If you do, then stop and adjust it and then continue on and you'll be fine. So let's just get our Orchid Oasis on here, and I think that is fine, except I'm going to come back and get some outside lines. Okay, I'm going to come just around the corner a little bit right here. All right, and now when I have it on my other grid sheet, then I can move my grid sheet around, but because I don't have it on here this time, I'm just going to be careful and slightly move around a little bit and get our purple on here. We want to get our nice little border. And so I'm going to move my fingers down and I'm going to do a little bit right here. And notice I'm not going to the center anymore because that's dark enough for me. But I definitely want to make sure we get our little frame here with some, see how it moved? I'm going to move that back just in case. There we go. And now we'll get our purple on the edge. Okay, so I think we're good there with our purple. So let's pick that up. And now I'm going, oops, we're going to leave that out. I am going to bring my grid sheet back in because we're going to be doing different colors in a little bit and I don't want to pick up a bunch of different colors. So be careful because you have it all over your hands. There we go. And it's easier to turn this way. I should have thought about that. Okay, now what I do though is this one's done. You're going to move your paper and I bring in that dry, it's kind of a dry baby wipe. It's not super dry. I put it up on my light. That's what I pulled down so it dries a little bit because I want to just take off all the ink off of here, and it's so light on there that it's not super wet. It's just because I wiped it off. So now you have a nice clean mask. So I'm going to move that over. We're going to bring this back in, and now we're going to go to the second part while we still have this color out. And your circles should line up. And your center. Now the white and the center doesn't line up exactly. You're going to see just a little bit of white, like so little, but it's not going to matter. You're using the same color. So now you're going to hold this. You're going to grab your same brush. And now you're going to, I don't start off because we've already got our edge. So now I'm just going to start over here where you're not on your project yet. And then just kind of come in and hold it down as tight as you can because you want to go over your other color. Okay, so this is like kind of like the veins and more dimension for your color here. All right, now we'll lift this up. Look how pretty that is. All right, now again, I just move that off. I don't need this ink anymore. All right, just wipe this off the best you can. See, it wipes off pretty easy, whereas the shiny side, it catches. So do the other side, do the matte sides better. All right, now we're going to bring in our green, which I'm using Parakeet Party. All right. So now we're going to just bring this back in. We are going to take our larger leaves here. And again, you're just going to line that up so you see your frame around it, because now we're going to do our green frame. Okay, so just hold this. You have all of this to hold, so just hold it where you can. Let's start with our green, and we're going to come off and onto this corner. And some colors you don't want to overlap too much because they kind of turn weird. Like the pink and the green, there's one spot, and I'll show it to you in a minute, that just kind of didn't look so great when it overlapped a little bit too much. And then we're going to do this side. And if you wanted, you could change your mat again if it's too wet or too much color, because you don't want to bring that color onto your paper. But for the most part, we're not bringing, you know, a lot of stuff on. So, all right, so I'm going to start down here and get my edge, my green, and then I'm also going to get my leaves. I'm starting off, and then I'm going back towards my leaves. All right, now I'm going to turn this. I'm noticing some little white spots over here. I just want to kind of get them. And you don't have to get them exact. All right, and then we'll do this side. I know sometimes when I do my videos they're at night, and it's hard for East Coast people because it's so late. All right, so I left a little space right here, not a very big space, but that's okay. Just kind of get in there and get your green on there. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. It could leave a little bit of white, it's all right. Just moved a tiny bit. You can see the white line. There you go. All right, now I'm going to come off and then come up to my leaf. Hi, Olivia. It is a surprise. Hi, Terry. I told you guys yesterday I might come on today. Olivia, thank you for my tamales. I had them for lunch. They were very good. Very, very yummy. All right. Now take this off. Move that aside. Again, let's get our partially dry baby wipe. And I don't know, if you haven't seen me before, you know that my favorite baby wipes are the ones from Costco because they don't shed. What is the word I'm looking for? There's no particles or anything. They're very, very nice. Okay, so now let's do this. Just line that back up again. And now you're going to come in with your green. Oh, they're really good. And now we're going to start off over here and just come on to your darker spots. You want your darker green vines for your leaves. And then I'm going to start over here and then come over here. All right, so there's that. And so here is our card. Oops, let's wipe this off. We don't need this anymore. I mean, that's how quick and easy it is. You could do a bunch of them. Like if you wanted to do a whole bunch in one color, then get your bunch of paper cut ready to go. And just do yourself a little assembly line. I'm just going to turn this over and use this so all that ink's not in our way. So there is our piece here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to this, this one. This one's our larger white. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the whole thing just to make sure if it's not completely dry. We don't want to smudge it. Whoops. All right, so here we go. Let's put this in here. Oh, I really like this one. This color is just so pretty. All right, let's put this right about there. So it gives us that nice white matte. So see right here, it's a little bit of that green in with the blue, and it looks a little more not so crisp and clean as these colors do. But it's not that big of a deal, and it doesn't really matter. They don't have to be all in a row. They don't have to be so much spaced out. You're just trying to put a little border on there so it looks, you know, different. And when I saw that, I was like, ooh, I need to do that all the way around. All right, so now we're going to take dimensionals. I'm just going to do a few extra. Normally I do them right here and right here, but I didn't, so too many. I normally don't do this many, but that's all right. And we don't have a ribbon, so we're just going to go ahead and put this on our base right now. We don't have to worry about any of that. I was going to, and then I decided, nope, I want these to be simple, which, you know, is not my thing. So there we go. Right there. All right, now what we're going to do is I have this piece here of our Orchid Oasis, and we're going to take our embossing buddy and just put our powder on there, and then we're going to take the Hello, and the Hello is from the Fragrant Flowers. This is a new set, and we have our large font prints here, and that's kind of what I wanted. Now you could do Hello Friend. I just put Hello because many times, you know, my husband will say, oh, I need a card for this, or oh, someone's leaving, or, you know, whatever. And of course I wouldn't do hello, but, you know, there could be some that are just because, or, you know, whatever. And that's, I kind of like to generalize some of my cards in case I need to use them. All right. And so we're just going to put this right about here on the bottom corner. Oh, I'm going to have to reach for my tool gun. I forgot. But that's okay. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to leave that there for a second, except I see a little bit. I'm going to move my... Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'll show you so it's nice and thick and white. I bring my gun in. And we will melt this, so be careful not to blow that onto your... All right, hold on. I see this little tiny... I'm really picky about my embossing. Okay. There we go. I don't want a big old white piece right in the middle of my letters. I'm going to turn it this way so it'll blow. I think it's on a thread, a little piece of thread or something. So what I do is I start to melt it, and I get it to just where it's done. You can see it's all melting right there. I'm going to go back across where it gets hot and melted, and then I'm going to add more because I want it to be nice and thick and bold. Okay, so now we'll move that. See, now it's a little more, it's a little thicker. There. And yeah, I've got a few little specks on there, but that's okay. And then I like to take my guillotine or just a regular trimmer, but this way I can kind of see where the letters are going and where I want them cut. And I'll just cut there. And the same here. And this way I can see where my letters are going to be. So I don't necessarily look at what size it is. I just know that I can push my letters right up to the edge of here, and then I cut so that I know it's close enough, but still leaves a little nice border all the way around, and it's not too short or too long. All right, then we're gonna, I feel like I have powder all over. We're gonna take our dimensionals again. Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. I really appreciate that. All right, so sometimes I think that the masks and the or stencils get overlooked, or you know, you're like, oh, what am I going to use those for? And okay, so I put this one on upside down. Can you tell? See how this one is? So now I'm like, where am I going to put this? So I'm going to put this up here because I can tell that this looks, it's upside down. Actually, I'm going to show you how I fix it because this is what I'm going to do. We'll fix it. A lot of people ask me, how do I fix it? So always use your scissors. And these are my sticky, weird scissors because I haven't cleaned them yet. And I'm just going to cut it. Don't try and pull it up, because if you try to pull it up, it's going to bend your paper and you're going to have just a mess, and you're going to mess up your pretty little art project. So use your scissors and cut the dimensionals. I would rather replace my dimensionals than mess up my panel. Okay, so I missed one somewhere. There we go. So now you have your nice flat part. And so I just rub them off. And if it pulls up a tiny bit of paper, be careful, but rub it towards the inside. So if it rips a tiny bit, it's okay. It's just not going to rip the edge that's going to be seen. So just, that's how I fix it. All right, so do that. Let's take this one. Same thing, let's roll them off. I roll them. You know, you could take your pick tool if you want and try to get it all off, but I don't mind doing it this way. Again, I do it towards the middle just because you don't want it to tear your outside. And so this is how this is how I do my emergency surgery when I mess it up. So we'll just take it off. Now sometimes you got to be really careful, because when you do that, it pulls your skin away from your nail if you're too rough, and that's happened before. So if it's adhesive that's just being tough. All right, there we go. So see, now we can start fresh and put it on correctly and put it on the right way. Like you didn't even see that. So one thing you'll learn about my crafting is I do not edit. You're going to see how it is, and this is how it is. Thanks, Dawn. How are you? All right, so there we go. All right, so this is how I want it. I want the 2 at the bottom. I just don't like the way it looks better when you put your sentiment on, and just the way your rhinestones and everything fit. So now this will go right here where I was going to put it. See how pretty that is? So you still have your dots, you still have all your little thing. And we are going to get our dimensionals over here. And I love these glossy dots. So we're just going to get purple. I want to get, you can tell I use these a lot. Oh, this one has. So I want the small, medium, and large. So this one has all that. So let me grab my tool. Oh, I already had one. Okay, so then what I do is I like to put the large one in the middle. I don't want to do that. So you know what? We're going to do yellow in the middle. This one, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do yellow in the middle just because I think it looks better than if I were to put a green or a purple in the middle. But then we're going to do our, let's do a large here. And let's do a small, and then let's take the medium one and we'll put it up here. So there we go. And I know I have a yellow in the middle, but that's okay. I kind of like the look of the flower with the yellow. Oh, you're welcome, Sally. That is the easiest way for me. I don't remember where I learned it, from somebody not too long ago. And she did that, and she cut that off, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. And I don't remember who it was. It's probably been a couple years, but I'm sure it was somebody from Stampin' Up. So whoever that was, thank you, because that has saved a lot of my cards. So many times I try to start pulling it up, and I did not like it. So here are the cards. So we did the purple and the blue and the pink, and so Tahitian Tide, polished pink, and Orchid Oasis. But I want to really quickly try the other stencil that's in here. So I have an idea. So for here, we are going to, now you could use masking paper and all of that and put that down. I'm going to use a little bit of my seal, a little bit, and I'm going to take some of the tack off of it, just so it's not super tacky, and hopefully I can pull my card up okay. We're going to line this up on a line so it's on there. Then we're going to take this and we're going to just put this on here. So I'm going to start with a corner. So this paper is 4 by 5 1/4, and look, if I put this corner right here on here and that on there, it's going to cover exactly. I can even move it over. Oh, is my card moving? Oh, my paper's moving. I can move this over just a little bit. Oh, that tells me. I'm just going to tape this paper down. Okay, so this I can move over a tiny bit and up just a little bit. And you're going to be right on the card base. Now we could put tape this down. So I'm just going to tape it across the top just to help a little bit. Now what I want to do is take Pacific Point. So we're going to use this one. And so I'm going to need my blue. Okay, so here's my blue. And let's go ahead and let's fix this first of all, because it's on the paper here but not over here. So I'm going to pull this down right there. Okay, that's better. All right, here we go. So now we're going to start off, which is over here is off, and I'm going to go on, and I'm just going to do Pacific Point on here. And you can do, you know, light colors, dark colors. I have an idea for this one, so that's why I chose these colors. All right, so we're going to choose Pacific Point. And now for sure you want to wipe off your mat because you're going to use a different color, and there's a lot of blue on top of this right now. I want to make sure they're all kind of bold. You guys may end up seeing this in a project later. I'm not going to do a whole project. I just kind of want to see what we can do with this. Okay, again, I'm on the matte side because I think that they're a little smoother. So I'm going to lift this up. And that is our paper right there. I'm going to move this over here and just try to wipe off all this blue the best we can. And then you could always come in with a regular dryer one and just get all that off, at least on the top, so you still had some on there. And lift that up. And now we're going to close the blue, and we're going to go back to Parakeet Party. And now we're going to move our paper. So you're going to shift it over, and you want this to just kind of center on the off. So center it right over and around your other pieces. So I'm just going to guess right there is pretty close. Okay, we're going to use Parakeet Party. Hi Perry, how are you? All right, back to green. I'm going to start off, and I'm going to try and start where there's no blue. So I'm just going to kind of come like this. And it might give, I didn't wipe it off really, really good, but it should be good enough for us to, my green, yeah. You want to, otherwise your colors are going to get kind of weird because you're going to pick up other colors besides just your, so I started right there, not on a spot, and then I'm kind of going on your paper. Just make sure you get all your spots. I always try to have part of my hand on that just to kind of keep it secure. I don't want to hold it way back here just because I tend to press harder. If you want to sit here for a while, you can lightly do it and layer it up and just do this, and it will add color to it. It just takes too long for me. Especially if I'm on a video with you guys. I don't want you to have to sit here all day and watch paint dry. So we're just going to do it quickly. All right, over here, still need some. All right, so there we go. I think that looks good. So now, uh-oh, there's a spot I missed. I could tell when I lifted it up. All right, I think we're good. So when you lift it up off your paper, that's what you get. Look how fun that is. So now this you're going to see in a project. So you can tell I was a little off. See how low it is here and how high it is there. But you can trim your paper up and get it to do what you want because you kind of have the same here. Just trim down a little bit and you can get it to be what you want. And it's probably a good idea to start off with it a little bigger anyway. This one was 4 1/8, I think. No, this one was 4. But if you wanted to start it out with 4 1/8 or even 4 1/2, so you can kind of just get your exact squares out of the middle, then you can do that. So that is the other stencil or mask that is in that package. And so let me show you what we got here. So that's the one we played with, and look how pretty that goes. And this is Pacific Point. And then we have our flowers that we did today. So much fun. So this was a happy mistake. The pink one is the one I did first, and when I went around it, you know, I saw some green and some pink, and so I went back to it and I started to you know, create that frame. These I was a little more mindful of because I kind of knew what I was doing. This one, it happened and I was like, ooh, you know what? If I put that up on white, it kind of pops that little frame out. So I wanted to do that. Thank you, Virginia. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Again, thank you guys so much for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I am super, super trying to build my business this year. So please subscribe and like my videos, and that does help my channel a lot. I do have a Facebook page. It is Marcie Besecker Designs. I put a lot of updates and things on there. So make sure you go over there and like that page. And of course, my blog is marciebeseckerdesigns.com, and you can go over there and subscribe, and you'll get notifications. If you don't have a demonstrator and you need one, I'd love to have you as a customer. And if you would like to get a discount, please do sign up. I'd love to have you on my team, and you will start out with 20% discount. So it's super amazing. You don't have to sell, you don't have to do videos, you don't have to do classes. You can just use it like a coupon and shop for a discount. Today would be a great day. You get free shipping, and you have the sale items, the clearance items, and if you sign up, you get to purchase the new items like I used today. So I hope you will think about it. Don't forget to go over to my blog and check out my paper share, my January bingo, and I have a January class going on. Thanks, Deborah. Debbie's on my team. And there's some classes going on, and our first class is going to be the Country Floral Lane, and it's already done. The class is done, and I absolutely am super excited about it. So I will be recording that soon, and I will have a PDF and video link for you guys on that shortly. So have a fabulous Christmas. If I don't catch you, I know I'm not here during the day a lot, but I will try to get here again by the end of the year. Otherwise, I will see you on Sunday at 6 o'clock. Thanks a lot, everybody. Goodbye.